home upgrades. It can be a gamble. Now, what you think will enhance your home, your beautiful home you just bought, wow, I should do this or that, might turn out to be a costly mistake. So what I'd like to do in today's video is to explore the top home upgrades that homeowners, many of them, have regretted after moving in. So something trendy, for example, that falls flat and actually reduces property value. We're going to uncover the pitfalls, things you want to avoid. And so if you're planning to make major improvements on the home, you don't want to miss this one. You cannot afford to, because if you make the wrong upgrade, it may empty your wallet, could hurt your home's value. However, it could be something that you really want and you can make memories with. So there's just a plus and a minus here. So I'm going to go over this topic. If you're a new homeowner, it's important to listen to, especially if you plan on being there for a long time. A lot of people today, they just want to move in and be there for 30 years. Great. So before you pick up your hammer and grab that hammer and say, oh, I want to start, getting some blueprints and all that different things. I know you're excited about moving to your home. I get it. There's nothing better than customizing your own space. That's truly yours. And I love that because I see my buyers do that. But I want to avoid you to making these common mistakes that new homeowners make. Could be costly, could be a backyard dream, you really want it, or some fancy interior upgrades. I've seen it all. So I'll share my most regretted renovations, and it could save you time, money, and lots of headaches. So before you start planning that massive kitchen or installing this luxury bathtub, just stick with it here and make sure you're making the right decisions. Got it? Good. Let's get started on this. I like to start with outside renovations. So specifically the big trend, especially since the pandemic hit, was having this big outside party area with a kitchen, a grill, and TV, and all this cool stuff, right? Maybe even a big refrigerator, all these different things. The whole works. And like I said, during the pandemic, people went all in on these backyard spaces because they really needed a space to enjoy their lives and to entertain with their family and make movies. But the negative, what they found that after they had this done, they find it now being underutilized. Especially if you live in a cold climate, you only get a few months use out of this outdoor space. You can spend tens of thousands of dollars just for a backyard barbecue every year. Do you want to do that? It's not the best investment, but don't get me wrong. It's a memory that you can do, fun things you can do outside. So if you're in love with this idea, go for it. Make sure you can actually use it before you invest in it. And don't expect to get a big amount of money out of it when selling, okay? It's a huge investment to have sit idling for most of the year. So that'll be something you can decide to do. However, it should be something, and I'm gonna say this probably for every single one of them, something that's gonna help you make memories, then who cares about the money? Because you've made memories. You're gonna be there for a while. Next, I wanna talk about swimming pools, right? I know that a lot of people want a pool. Some people just don't want a pool, but if you always wanted one and you want this ultimate backyard upgrade called pool, especially when you have kids, the pools can be a huge expense and it could be a hassle to maintain, but if you're into it, I've seen pools that I go to elderly clients' homes and their pools are there and like, oh, the kids use it, we don't use it anymore, and it's all scummy and dirty. You don't want that to happen to it. So as far as pools are concerned, you've got an opening cost, which you can do yourself or have somebody do it. You've got to close the pool correctly, especially if you're planning on selling it the following year. Make sure it's closed right. Cleaning it, the chemicals. Your homeowner's insurance is definitely going to go up. And for all that money, it doesn't actually add much value to your home. On average, pools might increase your home's value by 7%, which sounds good until you realize you spent way more money than the installation and upkeep. But one thing about the pool, that you will have a great time and definitely have good memories. So, that one more thing about the pool. Kids love pools, right? So when they're young, but as they grow older, the pool just kind of sits. I kind of said that. And it does happen. I've seen it. And suddenly you have this giant feature that no one's enjoying. You're still paying for it. You're still taking care of it. And you have to upkeep, especially after a certain amount of years. You have to get it replastered or whatever you have to do to make it paint a pool, things like that. So it does come an expense. But like I said, when I sell a house with a pool, I always sell it to people who really, really want the pool. So there it is, and especially if you're in a neighborhood that has lots of pools, it's a good thing because people will like it. So if you spend $50,000 on a pool, you might not get a $50,000 out of your price when you go to sell it. Okay, so there it is for the pool. Fun, but could be expensive. If you have the money, go for it. Next, let's talk about playground equipment. Oh my God, I've seen these big wooden playgrounds, the ones with the swings, the slides, the rock walls. Oh, it's great when the kids are small. Again, one thing, they're going to outgrow them very fast. They can cost anywhere from $3,000 to over $10,000. I've seen it. They may love it at first, great memories, but they do lose interest as they get older, busier with sports and school. Before you know it, this expensive structure, he's sitting in your backyard, becomes unused. And when you sell it, sometimes the people who want to buy it will want it, which is great, but they won't pay a whole lot of money for it. So you're thinking of going big with a playground. You want to start small and see, how much use it's getting, and you can always upgrade later if it's a real hit with the kids, okay? Next I want to talk about is interior renovations. Let's talk about what interior renovations are really important. Some mistakes they make are buying high-end appliances. You don't need a fancy refrigerators with touchscreens and all that, and glass doors control. It might look cool, but do you really need all those bells and whistles? And they break down a lot, and you have to buy a new one. People don't realize they didn't need to spend thousands on this luxury appliances when reliable, budget-friendly brands would just do just fine. Especially for first-time homeowners, there's no need to go overboard. Just stick to the basics like Maytag, Whirlpool, or maybe Bosch if you want to get a little bit fancier. Trust me, your food will stay just as cold in a simple refrigerator. Next, let's talk about those freestanding bathtubs. Ooh, that's probably one of the biggest interior regrets I hear people say is that, is this big freestanding bathtub, right? It looks gorgeous in all these home design magazines, but in real life, not so much. First, they take up a ton of space. They sit kind of in the middle of your bathroom. They're hard to clean, and most people barely use them. So before you commit to one of these statement tubs, ask yourself, why are you buying it? Will you use it, or will it just take up valuable real estate in your bathroom? And it may not bring back any value, and you end up getting rid of it and cost more than when you put it in. Also, just want to know, if you're enjoying this video, take the button, push your finger on it. Subscribers, I'm getting to 600 by the end of the month. I'm almost there. Come on, guys, need your support. So I'm going to give you a bonus tip right now, and I've been saying it throughout the video, is that if you really going to enjoy this and you want to make the memories and you have the money, don't care about the value at the end, go for some of these big things you always wanted. It's your American dream, right? Next, I think could be a plus is an appliance minus, plus or minus. So garage conversion. So if you convert your garage into a living space, it might be good while you're living there. It might seem easy to add a new room, but then sometimes these spaces feel disconnected from the flow of the house. Plus, when it comes to sell, buyers might want a garage. So if you convert it, you want to make sure you can convert it back or do it in a way where you could. It will definitely limit your pool of buyers, especially if homes around you do have garages as well. So before you make your garage into a living room or bedroom, think long term. Will it add value, turn off future buyers? Now, when would it add value is when you turn it into an in-law suite, because in-law suites are becoming hot right now. Emerging families where like parents are living with their children and taking care of their grandchildren is so unbelievable right now. So I have a listing I just had on Kimberly Lane. It's a great ranch home, and the houses aren't selling for more than like $340 in the neighborhood, but it has this extra room in the back, a 4th bedroom and its own bath. Otherwise, it's just a 3-bedroom, 1-bath home and no basement. And in this addition, the people want to buy it. They bought it with their mother, and they paid $25,000 over just for that. And the house needs updating, so all the offers were much lower. So it does make sense when you are putting in, if you need it for like an in-law suite, it will create value later on. So just be careful how you're doing the garage conversions, and call me. I can give you advice on that, or you can always email me. My contact information is below no matter where you live, and help you out. Next I want to talk about is converting a bedroom to closet. Okay, well, that's a huge regret sometimes. I've seen it where they have this big walk-in closet. Well, my mom's friend had one, all her shoes and stuff like that. Well, it might sound like a dream to have a massive closet space, but you're losing a bedroom, and that could hurt when you go to sell. So just make sure you can always put it back. Buyers might love your home, but if they need the 4th bedroom, you turn it into a dressing room, becomes an expensive fix for them. Just make sure you can just do it first and then sell it as a 4-bedroom home. So if you need this walk-in closet, make it simple. Make sure you can, like I said, put it back easily. So when you put it back on the market, you will definitely thank yourself later. Okay, so make sure you can do that. I've seen that happen, and I've seen where people take a whole wall out and make like 2 bedrooms into 1. And then they went from like 3 bedrooms to 2 bedrooms. That's another one too. So watch when you do some conversions of your bedrooms. Another one is about, I call it design trend, is open shelving in the kitchen. It's really trendy to see that, but especially with a farmhouse style, but in reality, it sacrifices storage space. So I think it won't take away too much from when you're going to sell it, but you will find that you might have when you have your showings or whatever, you have stuff out, it doesn't look really well. But you would definitely want to make sure you don't want to sacrifice all your cabinets. Just maybe if you want to do it for one or two, that's fine. So next I'm going to talk about renovation planning tips. So now I covered kind of what to avoid. Let's shift gears to smart renovation strategies that will set you up for success. So first, let's prioritize essential repairs before diving into any cosmetic upgrades. So tackle these necessary fixes first. Ensure your home's foundation is solid, okay? And also prevents potential issues from snowballing to bigger problems. And also, want to take time to live in your home for at least 1 year. Just commit, please, to living in there before you do any major renovations, because it allows you to really experience the flow and the quirks of your space and how you live there, help you make more informed decisions and avoid changes that you might regret. I always tell my clients, wait a year before you do anything. And lastly, establish a realistic budget, guys, and stick to it. I have a great budget worksheet I could help you out with, but a pro tip is always include a 20% buffer for unexpected costs. 20%, guys. Renovations rarely go as planned, and having that extra cushion will save you from financial surprises and keep your project on track. So follow these steps. It'll enhance your home, but also ensure your renovations add real value and functionality. And again, if you want to make it about a memory, do it, spend the money, but don't expect it to come back. So there you have it. I hope you can get some help there on how to avoid some of the common regrets new homeowners face when it comes to renovations. And if you're going to plan on making a move or planning some upgrades, take these tips to heart. And also remember, you can always come to me. If you need help finding the right agent, we have the agent finder system. Find you a good agent anywhere in the United States. Go to the link below, and I'm here to make some smart decisions, informed decisions. Thanks for watching. Tell your friend about my channel. Please subscribe. I need your help. I got great information, and I know a lot of people out there giving great information, but definitely need your help in understanding exactly what you should be doing with your real estate needs. Okay? Catch you on the next one.